Hello, this is Dave at TitleSearch.com. A lot of times people will ask what all goes into title insurance. A title insurance policy is like any other insurance policy. There's a lot of underwriting and support that goes into creating that title policy. Typically, the list of items that are needed goes something like this. First, you'll need a title search. That's something that will look at the records of the property, seeing what liens, mortgages might exist. In addition, the title insurance company that's selling that title policy may also need a property survey. That's going to show where the boundaries are, if there's any structures that go across boundary lines, to make sure that there's not any easements or driveways or sheds or fences from somebody else's property that extend onto yours, or vice versa. You don't want to have part of your structure go onto another property, so a survey may be necessary. The title insurance company writing that policy will probably also need a credit report, both on the buyer in terms of getting a mortgage. They're probably also going to need a credit report on the seller. You may think, why does the seller's credit impact the title insurance policy? Well, if that seller has some judgments against them, they may have even a deficiency on a credit card balance against them, that may not show up on the title search, but it may become a claim against title very quickly. So the title insurance company is going to want to make sure that that current owner of the property doesn't have anything that could show up as a lien instantly on the property, and they may exclude that from coverage. They're also going to check the taxes. They're going to check the real estate taxes. They're going to check HOA payments. They're going to check all of the payments due that could create a lien. Even utility bills. Sometimes water and sewer utilities have to be checked to make sure those payments are up to date. May not be a lien, may not show up on title, but those accounts have to be up to date before that policy is written. They're going to look at easements to see if there are any easements against the property for ingress and egress to get to other properties, any easements for power lines, any easements for water and sewer. That has to be checked separately. They also may want to check the chain of title to make sure prior ownership transfers have all been correct. Beyond just a standard title search, they may want a chain of title going back farther to see if there are any prior owners that may have a claim or heirs to the prior owners. After all that information is collected, usually 5 or 6 different steps, there's going to be a legal review. Somebody will review all of those documents in the legal department to make sure the documents are signed correctly, to make sure there's proper notaries and witnesses and signatures and stamps for recording. And then once that's done, it goes into underwriting. The underwriting department of that title insurance company will create the title policy, the preliminary title policy, for review. And then once that policy is created, then the payment for the policy is made. So if it's a typical property, let's say $200,000 or $300,000 property in most parts of the country, that might be a $1,500 or $2,000 title policy if you want to go that route. Title search is only part of it. Usually a title search is $150 or so, depending upon what type of property it is. But these other items go into creating the policy that are a little bit different. So if you need title insurance, make sure you're going to have time to get all these things done. Keep in mind that most foreclosure properties may not be applicable to get title insurance while they're in foreclosure. If you have more questions, you can reach us, TitleSearch.com. There's some contact information there. You can probably click on a link right below this video and get directly to our site.